So YouTube has a feature that lets you put up a little picture over your videos. Yes, it's a watermark. I bring this up because the little picture is normally your avatar, the magician with the black robes reaching out. But when I watched your latest video this time, it was a sigil. What is the sigil for? Is it just some kind of channel success sigil or what? Not exactly. That is a little something something for any would-be attackers or trolls who somehow feel they're entitled to waste my time. And I put it there so that it would be displayed across all of my videos, maximizing the potential of the instruction of the sigil getting into their subconscious mind the more they watch my content. So for the overwhelming majority of people, it's not something to be concerned about. In fact, it should only lend to its effectiveness in protecting this channel. It may not be the most sightly thing, but I'm going to leave it up for a few months and see how it goes. So for those who can't leave well enough alone, whether serious or otherwise, wanting to have a bit of fun at my expense, keep watching. See, I can get all Dr. Evil too, bitches. Now, I joke like that only because I'm not responding to anyone in particular, nor do I feel like I'm under any credible threat at the moment. So I was having a bit of fun kidding around with it, although changing the watermark is something that I have thought about doing for a while now for this purpose. Given what I've had to go through in the past, having things immediately backfire and blow up in the face of those meaning to cause harm before they even begin would be a good thing. So even though I kid around, I am quite serious about the intent of that sigil. Now, with that said, I really do have the best audience on YouTube. The bad element is very low compared to the trolls of other channels. The vast majority is very supportive of this channel and the work that I'm doing here. And to those, I feel as if I don't thank you enough for making this channel the success that it is. So, thank you. Now, YouTube, in its infinite wisdom, has decided to remove some of that support by eliminating fan funding from channels. Now, money-wise, it's not that big a deal to me. It only accounts for a tiny fraction of what my programs and ad revenue bring in. But it is a slap in the face to those people who want to support their favorite YouTube channels. I appreciate all the support I get from people purchasing my programs, don't get me wrong. But there is something about someone giving voluntarily and freely that just makes you feel good about what you're doing. So it's a shame that they've decided to take away the tip jar, which may be a big deal for other channels. Now, they have decided to replace it with something else called Super Chat, where you can pay to have your comment posted at the top of the chat during a live stream, which is rather silly. I mean, how much validation do you need to pay to have your comment at the top of the chat feed? If you need that much attention, perhaps you're the one that should be live streaming instead of watching it. But you can see here the issue is that not everybody live streams, nor is interested in doing so. So it's not really a viable replacement for many people. I don't understand why they had to remove one to add the other, but YouTube doesn't make the brightest decisions when it comes to trying to keep people on their site and keep using Google services. In fact, they're notorious for making bad decisions, but they have that right. And so we're forced to look elsewhere. Every problem is an opportunity. And what kind of teacher would I be if I didn't turn this into something better than it originally was. So now I'm looking at starting a Patreon as a way for those wanting to support this channel to continue to do so, and also for me to be able to express my gratitude by providing rewards for doing so. It's a win-win, and I'm a firm believer in the win-win. Now, I don't exactly know what those rewards are going to be. It's going to take a little while to set up. I will announce more as it becomes available. Now, I was quite aware of Patreon before. I just didn't see a need for it as the tip jar wasn't broken, and I could put it directly in the videos. But now that YouTube has gone and smashed everyone's tip jar, I feel it's time to now make the shift. Again, making it something bigger and better than it originally was. One of the things about YouTube fan funding, unless the person contacted me directly to tell me that they had donated, I wouldn't know who gave what, because they all came through anonymous. It wouldn't show me, which made it very difficult to thank them personally for supporting the channel. So perhaps the move to Patreon will help on that end of it. So that's what's happening. I really didn't want to take up an entire video on it, but I felt that you should know what's going on. The Laws of Magick 6th Cycle is still open for enrollment, and will be until its launch on March 23rd. It won't be available again after March 23rd until October. So remember to reserve your spot now for a place in the Laws of Magick 6th Cycle. Link in the video and in the description. And I will see you soon. Take care.